A brisk start to the morning. More about that coming up in just a bit.
Right now this morning, a manhunt is underway for an accused child sex offender. Since the 90s, 17-year-olds in Wisconsin are charged as adults regardless of the crime. Coming up, we'll take a look at the lawmakers that want to change that. And thousands of college students set to be back in La Crosse this week. We'll take a look at how it's boosting the economy. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Tuesday, August 26th, we will send it over first thing to meteorologist Art Jarrett. Some kids heading back to school today in the GET school district.
Right.
What can they expect? They need to pack their coats for the bus stop.
Definitely, yeah. Remember I said yesterday it's a sweater, but you may need a jacket to start your early morning. It's a little bit brisk out there with 40s, 50s, and eventually we'll get into some 60s briefly with the 70s returning. We'll also see some breezy winds getting up to at least 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting in some cases. We'll also find ourselves holding on to temperatures right now in the 50s, as I mentioned before, some 40s out there. 39 now. Whew, that's it, and chilly. Hey, you're also going to hold on to conditions to be like this, a little patchy fog, the dense fog in some areas by Black River Falls, Sparta, as well as Toma. You're also going to see temperatures today, though, for La Crosse, 50s, the 70s by the time we get in the 1 o'clock hour. So we're starting out this morning with the chill, holding on to Eau Claire. Similar conditions right now, 47 degrees, getting to 64 to 70 degrees as we get into the noon hour. And your highs, widespread 70s for you. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. A manhunt is underway this morning for an accused child sex offender. Authorities in Monroe County say Ruben Chirado didn't show up for his trial yesterday. He's been out on a $15,000 cash bond. Authorities say the GPS monitoring device he was wearing was found in a ditch. Chirado reportedly also missed a hearing on August 19th. And Quinn St. Junius will spend 20 years in prison, followed by 8 years of extended supervision. St. Junius was found guilty of stabbing Virgil Stewart to death in January 2019.
I don't think he's going to be able to get the jury's findings overturned. I think the jury did a fantastic job. I think we presented everything that we could to them, and they deliberated fully, and they reached a conclusion.
The trial was delayed for multiple years due to the pandemic. Since the 90s, 17-year-olds in Wisconsin have been charged as adults regardless of the crime, but a group of state lawmakers is working to update that policy. State Representative Steve Doyle is one of the legislators advocating for change. Although the proposal isn't final yet, he says it would return 17-year-olds to the juvenile system for most crimes, but for certain violent offenses, judges could waive a 17-year-old back into adult court.
One size fits all doesn't work in the criminal justice system, but having a judge look at each individual case means that we're going to get better results.
Doyle says the move will lower the chance of reoffending and it'll be more cost effective for the state. It happened at UW-Madison just yesterday, and it's becoming a disturbing trend on college campuses nationwide as the kids head back to school right now. False active shooter reports. Bradley Blackburn with those details.
At the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville Monday, the police response was real. The evacuations were real, and for a time, so was the fear.
I got a notification from the university through RAS alerts that said there was an active shooter in the library and to stay away.
But the report of a shooting was a hoax. Police said 308 landline phone calls and 38 911 calls were all fakes.
I hope the parents understand that as they see the response from the law enforcement on scene, how important their child's safety is to us.
Please do not proceed west.
It happened in Boulder, Colorado, Monday, too.
When I hear sirens, the first immediate thought between me and all my friends is, what if there's a shooter?
Students at the University of Colorado forced to evacuate in a 3-hour ordeal that turned out to be a hoax. Some say with the false alarms, they're becoming desensitized.
I moved pretty slow. I wasn't like, all right, let's get out of here. And I was kind of the last one in there. I thought it was kind of stupid.
These latest 2 cases join a string of campus swatting incidents this month in places like Tennessee, South Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
It's infuriating. It really is. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting.
But with all too many real shootings at schools in recent years, universities know they have to take every call seriously and find no humor in hoaxsters' cruel jokes. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
UW-Madison police thwarted a false shooting alert yesterday during move-in. A caller reported an active shooter at the library, but dispatchers quickly checked security cameras and saw it was business as usual. Police say the call to a non-emergency line instead of 911 was the first red flag that the report was fake. If your kids need a little extra help outside of the classroom this school year, private tutoring is an option, but that can be pretty expensive. A UWL program is stepping in to help. As News 8 Now's Seth Padilla reports.
Tutors are becoming an extremely important resource for families, giving students extra help and experience outside of school, but it can get pretty pricey. According to novelprep.org, private tutoring in the U.S. usually costs between $20 to $80 an hour, but a UWL program is offering free tutoring for kids who qualify.
A lot of families just don't have an extra $30, $60 a week to pay a tutor to come into their house for an hour or two every single week.
The program uses university students who want to be a teacher or those who are majoring in psychology.
I hate to use the word fail, right? But they're starting to not do super well in their classes, right? And we're able to intervene academically with our kiddo.
The tutors check homework and help kids study for tests. Sometimes they even provide transportation for children and give them a free meal if they qualify. The program starts at the beginning of October, but there are a limited number of spots, so parents should apply now. It runs on Tuesdays for 4th through 7th grade and Wednesday nights for 6th through 12th grade, and anyone can apply. Parents interested should reach out to precollege@uwlax.edu. In Trumpelo, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
And a reminder, from new rules to discounts and deals, News 8 Now is your back to school resource. Just go to news8000.com and look for the back to school tab. A Viroqua mother is doing it all for her business, her family, and her community. Her tireless commitment to these values is what makes Amanda Running our August hometown hero.
She does it all. There's been times I've just thought, I haven't seen you for a while. What's going on?
That's because Amanda Running is busy running the show.
If you want something done, you give it to the busiest person. So I think sometimes that's what happens.
Running is the operations manager for 3 entities based out of Viroqua: Running Inc., Brown Cab, and Passenger Transit. All provide public transportation services for 35 communities across Wisconsin. But this is only her day job.
I also have a few other volunteer things that I'm a part of.
When she's not at work, she's volunteering as an EMR with HEART, a help and abuse response team in Vernon County.
If there is a domestic situation within our county, while the officer is dealing with the offender, they bring in us as a volunteer to talk with the victim.
She also devotes a good amount of time with the Viroqua Fire Department, even spearheading a pivotal program for them in 2022.
The EMS program going here. She's big into helping with training and coordinating to make sure everybody stays licensed.
Service to the fire department has been somewhat of a family affair. Her father-in-law and husband are also volunteers, along with her son, who just joined the team this year.
It's busy, but my entire family likes it that way, too.
When she's not performing her duties to the community, she's out being a mom to her 4 children, cheering them on at their games.
She's in the concession stand, selling, volunteering her time there.
In the past, even serving as a board member and treasurer for Viroqua Schools.
The community just means so much to her. She knows what it's like raising children and wants them to be in a safe, comfortable area.
A safe community prompted her to join the Vernon County Preparedness Team as an on-call personnel that assists the public during disasters and emergencies.
We'll get a page out sometimes in the middle of something, and my kids know that sometimes we have to leave in the middle, and they get that.
The support she feels from her family reflects the support she feels from her community, and that's why she does all that she does.
As much as we can give back to our community, that's they're going to give to us too.
If you'd like to nominate someone for Hometown Hero, visit our website, news8000.com. A traffic alert for La Crosse drivers as you head out the door this morning. Part of Ward Avenue is closed. All lanes from the railroad tracks near Glendale Park to 32nd Street are affected. It's for a water main replacement. A finish date hasn't been posted yet. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. 2 Korean companies announcing some major investment in the U.S. Louis Vuitton releasing a new luxury lipstick line with a luxury price, and Cracker Barrel responding to the backlash over its new logo. And college students returning to UW La Crosse means big sales for local businesses. We'll take a look at the boom after the break. And this morning, taking a live look for you at Galesville Elementary School. This is where the GET district is heading back to school today. Students will start arriving maybe in an hour or two. The start of the day is at 8 a.m. for their first day. This is the last of our local school districts to start the new school year, wrapping up the back-to-school season. Can you believe it? Here in the Cooley region. Looks like a nice morning out there. It is a little bit chilly, though, so don't forget your jacket as you head out to school. Have a great day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
I'm standing here at the warehouse this morning where some 30 to 40 installers depart every morning. You've been thinking about new windows. I've been thinking about new windows for over 40 years. And my promise to you is that these fine installers that leave here every morning install the finest windows available in the market today, expert installation, always at a good value. If you're looking for new replacement windows, today would be a great day to reach out to the board store and set up a prompt free estimate.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Final days.
Oh boy, the final days at the Ford Summer Sales Event. Great time to buy, Hank.
That's right, Sam. But time is running out for amazing deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. On capable SUVs and on the built wild Bronco family. Hurry, it all ends September 2nd.
Don't wait. Now during final days, get up to $10,000 in total cash on a Ford Bronco. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department, just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers is $21 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Whatever you were thinking, think even bigger. It's the King Furniture Pre-Labor Day Sale. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger savings than ever before. Furnish an entire room and save up to 50% off. Now that's what we call big. Plus, trade in your old furniture and get even more off your new purchase. And don't worry about the heavy lifting. Delivery and haul away are free. Deals this big won't last forever. Get to King Furniture. The Pre-Labor Day Sale is on now.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
All right, as we get into your local forecast, I've got some cloud cover that continues to push through the region right now. And as that happens, we're seeing a few extra clouds out in the distance. We're also going to find ourselves holding on to a chance of some sprinkles later on, getting into the afternoon. And this will continue on all the way into the nighttime. For kids going to school today, as Alexander just said, it's brisk out there, so you're going to need your jacket to start your day this early morning, giving way to some sunshine for the afternoon, getting into mostly sunny skies with some areas we'll be seeing some partly cloudy skies. Now, Eau Claire had some fog to start off this morning. They're backing down now, about 11 miles visibility, eventually getting into at least some mostly sunny skies this early morning in the backdrop. What you'll see mostly sunny conditions to finish out your afternoon as well. I suspect you'll get up to about 73 degrees today, holding on to at least a few clouds here and there for La Crosse, in and out of the cloud cover, getting into partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny skies. That'll stay for the remainder of the day. Temperatures going to get up to about 74 degrees for you today with breezy conditions with winds up to 15 miles per hour. Gusting. You'll also see Eau Claire, similar conditions with mostly sunny skies. Partly cloudy skies giving way to at least mostly sunny skies with a few clouds increasing later on through the day. You'll even get up to about 73 degrees as I mentioned. Your highs for Tuesday, everybody looking at some good 70s from 71 all the way up out to 74 degrees, all the way down to the south as well. That's a look at your forecast. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be safe out there.
In our consumer news, thousands of college students will be back in La Crosse this week, and while it means campuses will be busier, it's also a boost for the economy, as News 8 Now's JDS McGee explains.
From apartments to restaurants, the return of students is a surge many in La Crosse count on. City officials say it's one of the biggest economic drivers of the year.
When they come back, I'm positive we're talking millions of dollars as far as overall for the year. Obviously, the landlords are glad to have them back. The restaurants, the bars, clothing stores, everybody.
Experts say student spending stretches well beyond just the classroom. Student tuition also helps keep people working and drives a huge part of the city's economy.
That tuition hires faculty and staff. That tuition hires people to work in the cafeteria, to work in student housing. So you put them together and you end up with about 2,700 jobs and $460 million in economic impact.
Local businesses also say the return of students helped shape their entire year. Rudy's owner, Justin Smith, says the students help keep his restaurant staffed and busy.
You do see a huge surge, UWL football games on Saturdays even, home football games. We need college kids for part-time work and stuff, and 2 for customers. So yeah, it's vital to our business.
That was JDS McGee reporting. In your morning consumer news, Korean companies are making huge bets on America, $76 billion worth. Korean Air says it plans to buy 103 Boeing airplanes, plus engines and maintenance for $50 billion. Hyundai says it's boosting its U.S. investment from $21 billion to $26 billion. Louis Vuitton is moving from handbags to lipstick. The luxury brand announcing its first cosmetics collection called La Beauté will debut soon. The line features lipsticks, lip balms, and eyeshadows, with lipstick starting at $160. Ouch. Early customer testing showed mixed reactions. Some loved the look, others balked at the price. That is very expensive. And Cracker Barrel doing some damage control after backlash over its redesigned logo. You may have heard about this. The restaurant chain dropped the barrel and old-time character from its minimalist new logo last week. Customers erupting in outrage, and the company's stock plunged more than 12%. Cracker Barrel responded online saying the backlash shows they could have done better, explaining who they are and will always be. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it back over to Art. He's got an update on our forecast.
Well, I'm a guy that's hungry. I could use some food. I could use a little snack and some coffee getting into the forecast right now. Hope you guys at home are probably getting your coffee right now, heading outside, getting ready to start your day. Holding on to those 70s, I should say, the little sprinkles coming through the forecast with 70s in the forecast today. Sprinkles to maybe a shower or two as we get into the latter portion of your morning, getting all the way down to Black River Falls. Holman, you may get touched by that as well as La Crosse, and then eventually all the way down to areas by Viroqua, Richland Center, Bosqueville, as well as Prairie du Chien to finish out your day today. That gets out of the way eventually with a little bit more trying to come back by the 10:30 hour for Eau Claire. Once that happens, we'll see clouds regain some significance again up to partly to mostly cloudy skies, giving way to a little bit of rainfall going southward, working out of the areas from Minnesota and Iowa, and then eventually getting into portions of Prairie du Chien, Bosqueville, Richland Center, and lifting up a little bit more so crossing the river over to La Crosse with a little sprinkle to a shower to finish out going into Wednesday afternoon about 2 o'clock. That continues to build with more rainfall coming in from the north as well. That's going to collapse pretty much with increasing clouds for Eau Claire and Ladysmith. Rain and showers start to work in the forecast, and maybe a storm or two starting to work from areas down from Iowa, Minnesota, as well as up to the north there, working into Wisconsin. That continues to drive in some cooler air associated with that. Look at that cooler blue air out there. Yeah, that's going to continue to move into the forecast. That's going to drop temperatures down and rainfall potential, maybe a little bit of sprinkles to maybe a little light hail as well associated with that. That continues to drop all the way back into La Crosse as well, back over to the east by Black River Falls, Sparta and Holman, and Vogue Field all the way down to Viroqua, and then finishing out with that, pushing out to the west and getting out of the region. And of course, we finish the day with at least partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies to start going into Thursday, and then we'll get into a little extra sunshine, possibly to partly cloudy skies. Rainfall doesn't look like a lot after all that I just showed you. Not much happening as we finish out, put more of that in there all the way into Friday, and yeah, not much happening as far as that rain is concerned. 1/10 of an inch or less. Highs for Wednesday, well, you're looking at more widespread 70s in the forecast as well, low to middle 70s. Getting into the forecast, showing what's happening, 76 to 74 as we get into Thursday, 72 to 73 degrees, a little bit cooler to start your weekend. Then from 73 on Saturday to 77 degrees, warming you up. Thursday's looking like this, holding on to conditions with more of those 70s in the forecast. And as we finish out, looking at this potential for warmer conditions, taking us into at least into the 70s. You hold on as we go right back in Thursday, as I mentioned, 74 degrees, 72, 73, going from Friday to Saturday. Looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies by then, maybe even a touch of a shower or two, but we'll hold on to Sunday, looking at partly cloudy skies at 77 degrees for your forecast, leading into Labor Day for Monday. And then, of course, Tuesday, maybe a 20% chance of showers with temperatures around 79 degrees. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. If you're packing your lunch or eating breakfast, you'll want to stick around after the break. Hear which diet researchers say can help prevent diabetes after the morning sports.
Coming up in sports, fall sports are back. Hear from the UWL women's soccer team ahead of their home opener, plus action on the volleyball court in Winona. That and more coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR plus $4,500 purchase allowance on select Sierra 1500 models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
For $5, get a sausage McMuffin with egg and an any size soft drink or coffee.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's campers since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's that time, back to school. Make News 8 Now part of your prep. News, tips, dates, links, and more. Go to news8000.com/back to school or the News 8 Now app. Expect more. Oh, and don't miss homeroom. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. The fall sports season is picking up, and this week we've got action on the soccer pitch. Not only is the high school season starting, the UWL women's soccer team is back, and they're hoping for another successful season. The Eagles have built up quite a resume over the last 4 years, a combined record 73 wins, 11 losses, and 9 ties. They made the D3 tournament in each of those seasons, including 2 quarterfinal appearances. They're the 3-time defending WIAC champions and haven't lost a conference match since 2021. Those type of results build high expectations for the team, but it means they're also working very hard to fulfill them.
We definitely talk about that a lot. Obviously, we've won a lot in the past, but that has nothing to do with what we do this season. So we kind of just have to honor what we did in the past and work our best to kind of like uphold that and like keep it going for the next generation.
It's known as a winning program, so everyone wants to come in here and do that. And I feel like there's a lot of expectations and everyone wants to meet those.
The team lost a few key starters, but overall returning 18 letter winners from a season ago, including their leading goal scorer, and she's motivated after falling short in a double overtime match during last year's opening round.
We knew we fell short, so we're ready to come back this year and know that we have more to bring and that we know we can make it further into the tournament. I feel like I just worked on everything over the summer. I tried working on like my turning and like just being stronger on the ball. So hopefully I can bring that to the team and continue to do what I did last year.
UWL will open up their season with 4 straight home games, the first of which coming this Friday against Carroll University. We also had volleyball action over in Winona last night. They were hosting a really good Chatfield team in their home opener for the season. First set, it's Camry McCall with an ace for the Ramblers. They led 3-1 early, but the Gophers showing some fight. Trinity Barkeem slams down the set. It's now a 1-point game. Then a little later, Chatfield looking to take the lead. Harper Goldsmith with a dump off. That can't be returned. Then it's Barkeem again, this time with an ace on the serve that the Ramblers can't handle. The Gophers take the set 25-23. They would get the sweep 3-0. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists. When tourists come to the La Crosse region, it benefits everyone. They seek out many opportunities to experience theater, concerts, outdoor, wildlife, dining. It connects us all.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Since 1946, Coon Valley Dairy Supply has been more than a business. It's a family legacy. We take pride in our reputation of dependability and community impact, built on decades of trust, which is why we offer LS Tractor, your partner in the field, on the ranch, and at home. When you start with LS Tractor's award-winning power, reliability, features, and comfort, you end up staying a customer for life.
Available at the Coon Valley Dairy Supply, celebrating 79 years in business. LS Tractor, start blue, stay blue.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual.
Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's.
Yay!
We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Never settle for ordinary. Not when outstanding is within reach. From laminate and vinyl to tile and wood, Floor & Decor has more options. For pros, homeowners, and anyone looking for the right look at the right price. With an entire store full of ideas in stock, your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Inventory is priced to sell, so stop in today. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in, don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
we're looking at light showers possible later on today. More about that coming up in just a moment.
A manhunt underway for an accused child sex offender. Since the 90s, 17-year-olds in Wisconsin are charged as adults regardless of the crime. Coming up, we'll take a look at a group of lawmakers working to change that. From the beat to the bookshelf, a local officer's second career preserving police history. Coming up when he joins us live in studio. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Tuesday, August 26th. Happy back to school day for the kids in the GET district. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. How is that first day of school forecast looking? It's chilly.
It's chilly. Yes. I feel their pain right now. As we get into it here, you're looking at local temperatures in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s as we finish out the morning hours going into your afternoon. You're also going to hold on to some partly cloudy skies with a few high clouds drifting by right now, giving way to that for Eau Claire as well. 47 degrees to 57, getting up to 64 by 11 o'clock, and then 7 degrees going into your afternoon. You'll also find yourself with high temperatures reaching the low 70s and the middle 70s in your forecast today. So a little bit of a fall-like feel for your forecast, with temperatures pretty much holding on to at least the middle 70s down to the lower 70s as we get into Friday and Saturday. But the last part of your weekend, we're looking at some 70s going into your little long Labor Day weekend. So get out and enjoy it if you can, and have a wonderful day.
And Quinn St. Junius will spend 20 years in prison, followed by 8 years of extended supervision. He was found guilty of stabbing Virgil Stewart to death in January of 2019.
I don't think he's going to be able to get the jury's findings overturned. I think the jury did a fantastic job. I think we presented everything that we could to them, and they deliberated fully, and they reached a conclusion.
The trial was delayed for multiple years due to the pandemic. Since the 90s, 17-year-olds in Wisconsin have been charged as adults regardless of the crime, but a group of state lawmakers is working to update that. State Representative Steve Doyle is one of the legislators advocating for a change. Although the proposal isn't finalized yet, he says it would return 17-year-olds to the juvenile system for most crimes, but for certain violent offenses, judges could waive a 17-year-old back into adult court.
One size fits all doesn't work in the criminal justice system, but having a judge look at each individual case means that we're going to get better results.
Doyle says the move will lower the chance of reoffending and will be more cost effective for the state. It happened at UW-Madison just yesterday, and it's becoming a disturbing trend on college campuses nationwide as the kids head back to school right now. False active shooter reports. Bradley Blackburn reports.
At the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville Monday, the police response was real, the evacuations were real, and for a time, so was the fear.
I got a notification from the university through RAS alerts that said there was an active shooter in the library and to stay away.
But the report of a shooting was a hoax. Police said 308 landline phone calls and 38 911 calls were all fakes.
I hope the parents understand that as they see the response from the law enforcement on scene, how important their child's safety is to us.
It happened in Boulder, Colorado, Monday, too.
When I hear sirens, the first immediate thought between me and all my friends is, what if there's a shooter?
Students at the University of Colorado forced to evacuate in a 3-hour ordeal that turned out to be a hoax. Some say with the false alarms, they're becoming desensitized.
I moved pretty slow. I wasn't like, all right, let's get out of here. And I was kind of the last one in there. I thought it was kind of stupid.
These latest 2 cases join a string of campus swatting incidents this month in places like Tennessee, South Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
It's infuriating. It really is. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting.
But with all too many real shootings at schools in recent years, universities know they have to take every call seriously and find no humor in hoaxsters' cruel jokes. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
UW-Madison police thwarted a false shooting alert yesterday during move-in. A caller reported an active shooter at the library, but dispatchers quickly checked security cameras and saw it was business as usual. Police say the call to a non-emergency line instead of 911 was the first red flag. The report was fake. If your kids need some extra help outside the classroom this school year, private tutoring can help, but it's also pretty expensive. A UWL program is stepping in to offer free tutoring, as News 8's Seth Padilla reports.
Tutors are becoming an extremely important resource for families, giving students extra help and experience outside of school, but it can get pretty pricey. According to novelprep.org, private tutoring in the U.S. usually costs between $20 to $80 an hour, but a UWL program is offering free tutoring for kids who qualify.
A lot of families just don't have an extra $30, $60 a week to pay a tutor to come into their house for an hour or two every single week.
The program uses university students who want to be a teacher or those who are majoring in psychology.
I hate to use the word fail, right? But they're starting to not do super well in their classes, right? And we're able to intervene academically with our kiddo.
The tutors check homework and help kids study for tests. Sometimes they even provide transportation for children and give them a free meal if they qualify. The program starts at the beginning of October, but there are a limited number of spots, so parents should apply now. It runs on Tuesdays for 4th through 7th grade and Wednesday nights for 6th through 12th grade, and anyone can apply. Parents interested should reach out to precollege@uwlax.edu. In Trumpelow, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
And don't forget, News 8 Now is your back to school resource. Just head to our website and look for the back to school tab. Congressman Derek Van Orden is being called a hero after helping save an 11-year-old boy in a severe crash. The Wisconsin congressman was driving near Des Moines Saturday when he heard a massive boom. A minivan had hit a semi on I-35. Van Orden, a former Navy SEAL and combat medic, immediately stopped to help. He says he used socks and seatbelts as tourniquets to stop 11-year-old Sawyer Witt's bleeding.
When I say the entire side of his leg was missing, that's from the knee down to the ankle. And he was bleeding, he had an arterial bleed in his right wrist. And from my experience, there's a very high likelihood that he would have bled to death before the ambulance showed up.
Van Orden visited the boy in the hospital you see here. This was yesterday. The congressman was traveling to a memorial for his daughter who died 2 years ago. A Viroqua mother is doing it all for her business, her family, and her community. Her tireless commitment to these values is what make Amanda Running our August hometown hero.
She does it all. There's been times I've just thought, I haven't seen you for a while. What's going on?
That's because Amanda Running is busy running the show.
If you want something done, you give it to the busiest person. So I think sometimes that's what happens.
Running is the operations manager for 3 entities based out of Viroqua, Running Inc., Brown Cab, and Passenger Transit. All provide public transportation services for 35 communities across Wisconsin. But this is only her day job.
I also have a few other volunteer things that I'm a part of.
When she's not at work, she's volunteering as an EMR with HEART, a help and abuse response team in Vernon County.
If there is a domestic situation within our county, while the officer is dealing with the offender, they bring in us as a volunteer to talk with the victim.
She also devotes a good amount of time with the Viroqua Fire Department, even spearheading a pivotal program for them in 2022.
The EMS program going here, she's big into helping with training and coordinating to make sure everybody stays licensed.
Service to the fire department has been somewhat of a family affair. Her father-in-law and husband are also volunteers, along with her son, who just joined the team this year.
It's busy, but my entire family likes it that way, too.
When she's not performing her duties to the community, she's out being a mom to her 4 children, cheering them on at their games.
She's in the concession stand, selling, volunteering her time there.
In the past, even serving as a board member and treasurer for Viroqua Schools.
The community just means so much to her. She knows what it's like raising children and wants them to be in a safe, comfortable area.
A safe community prompted her to join the Vernon County Preparedness Team as an on-call personnel that assists the public during disasters and emergencies.
We'll get a page out sometimes in the middle of something, and my kids know that sometimes we have to leave in the middle, and they get that.
The support she feels from her family reflects the support she feels from her community, and that's why she does all that she does.
As much as we can give back to our community, that's they're going to give to us too.
If you'd like to nominate someone for Hometown Hero, you can visit our website, news8000.com. And a traffic alert for La Crosse drivers as you head out the door this morning. Part of Ward Avenue is closed. All lanes from the railroad tracks near Glendale Park to 32nd Street are affected. That's for a water main replacement. A finish date hasn't been announced. In our morning medical news, a new study shows the Mediterranean diet plus lifestyle changes can prevent type 2 diabetes in overweight older adults. Harvard researchers followed nearly 7,000 participants ages 55 to 75. Those who switched to a low-calorie Mediterranean diet with exercise and weight loss support saw a 31% lower risk of developing the disease. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, what we've got going on is high pressure building over northern portions of Minnesota, and that continues to affect us here, ushering in some rainfall potential moving in the forecast. That continues on, as you can see, gradually holding on to the possibility of getting into some shower potential, working right through the area here, going on to La Crosse as well as down to all the way down to the south and working out of the region. Eventually, what's going to happen also is we have the possibility of more showers coming in from the west, as you can see, building from Billings, Montana, working their way into our area as we get into Wednesday. That's probably Wednesday night. We'll hold on to highs for Tuesday, looking at again some low 70s in your forecast. Trumpeldor in the same 74 degrees here, mostly 70s. You can see here 71 in Viroqua. A little bit on the cooler side in some locations out to the southeast, but we'll see them eventually join everybody else. You'll look at the zone forecast, holding on to Mindoro, 74 degrees, as well as on Alaska, 74. Good morning to you, Holman. You're holding on to 74 degrees as well under partly cloudy skies, giving way to mostly sunny skies by Shelby, and then eventually you'll see conditions to be like this as you get into the south zone, holding on to more of those lower 70s there, picking up 72 by Soldiers Grove, though. Viroqua about 71 degrees. La Crescent at mostly sunny skies at 74 degrees in your forecast there, with Caledonia at 72. Partly cloudy skies giving way there. Prairie du Chien about 74 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Back to La Crosse, 74 degrees for you under mostly sunny conditions. And of course, you've got some partly cloudy skies by Whitehall, continuing on to Osseo. You'll get back over to the north zone where you get into Eau Claire, where you're holding on to about 73 degrees for you. And then, of course, all the way back up to Ladysmith, mostly sunny skies with, of course, more of those temperatures in the 70s. You're also going to be seeing in the next few days, holding on to conditions to be a little bit on the cooler side as we finish out the next few days. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Matthew is turning 8 months. He loves to roll and smile.
Yeah, and if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
A local author's mission to preserve law enforcement history. We'll have more on the forgotten heroes when retired Lieutenant Dan Marcoux joins us live after the break.
The Labor Day Doorbuster deals Friday through Monday at Slumberland. Up to 60% off list. Get a reclining sofa for just $7.97 and get the recliner free. No one sells Sealy for less, as low as $2.99. Labor Day Doorbuster deals at Slumberland.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Get superior comfort and support with a new mattress from Serta. Find the perfect mattress that fits your size and firmness needs. This Serta memory foam mattress starts at $197 plus an 11% rebate. Complete your home update with carpet from Marquee Industries. Soft Dreams carpet combines luxurious feel with lasting durability. Get it today for only $139 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
Really painful feet. I had no idea what was going on. It's hard to put in words how gratifying it is to have that kind of pain gone.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
It's our huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland, and no one sells Sealy for less. Starting as low as $299. Save up to $800 on select mattress sets. Plus, get 72-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. The Labor Day sale at Slumberland.
All right, starting out with mostly sunny skies over in Eau Claire right now. As you can see, a few high clouds just drifting through the distance there. We'll also find ourselves getting into La Crosse, doing similar conditions as well out in the pass there. You can see a little bit, maybe a little fog trying to develop back in the background as well, like we had yesterday, giving way to a little bit of light moisture coming in as we go into the 7:30 hour there, coming into Eau Claire. That also continued to drop down to the south, going to Black River Falls as well as Sparta. Holman, you're in that as well with La Crosse conditioning, a little bit of that moving right back down to Viroqua as well as the Prairie du Chien, picking up a little bit of shower activity there, giving way to a few clouds still holding on to the region. Finishing out as we go right into mostly sunny skies, giving way to darker conditions as we go right back into the morning hours with some shower potential working across the river, getting towards Prairie du Chien by the time we get in the 11 o'clock hour in the morning. And then, of course, we see more showers, but getting into La Crosse as well, touching over to Black River Falls with a light sprinkle to a shower. Sparta, you guys are in that. And, of course, Richland Center, you're in that too as well. But most of it is bulked around Decorah, getting to Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. This one continues, but we have more rainfall coming in from the north as well. Potential shower activity as well with more spottier showers and scattered showers as well. So cooler air is down to the south as that occurs. You see that because of the spottier showers. We'll hold on to Eau Claire, picking up some good looking showers as well. Possibly continuing on with maybe a weak storm or two popping through the area by Eau Claire to Black River Falls and back into Sparta all the way down to Richland Center. And that continues into your forecast as we finish out. By the time we get in the noon hour, it looks to be finished, but some of this may still continue as light showers to go into your 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock hour. Here's a look at the rainfall potential. With all that I just showed you, not much getting onto the radar and onto the ground there, holding on to a 1/10 of an inch or less in the forecast. We get into the highs for Wednesday, where you're looking at temperatures widespread in the 70s. You're getting into some low to upper 70s in your forecast, with that 77 starting to show up once again. Getting into Thursday, though, you have some cloud cover increasing, giving way to some morning showers, giving way to an afternoon, possibly of a little bit of extra sunshine to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures, on the other hand, though, going from the 70s, of course, all the way into the lower 70s by the time we get into Friday, going into your Labor Day weekend. By the time we get into Sunday, though, 77 degrees starts to roll in for your Labor Day, getting up to about 77 to 78 degrees in your forecast, 79 to finish out going into Tuesday. And that's a look at your forecast. So get out and enjoy it and have a wonderful day.
After nearly 30 years protecting La Crosse, Lieutenant Dan Marcoux is now preserving law enforcement history one book at a time. He's joining us live now to tell us about his series, Law Dogs. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me, Alexandra.
Yes, we're excited to hear your story. So after retiring, you started writing about forgotten law enforcement heroes. Why do you think these stories got lost?
Well, after the headlines drift into the archives, and then historians decide who's going to be remembered and how they're going to be remembered, Hollywood as well. And historians have chosen to remember the James Gang, the Dalton Gang, Dillinger, Bonnie and Clyde, and Ted Bundy. And what I did is I decided, hey, let's remember the officers that stopped and saved the community from these pariahs.
Interesting.
Like Bass Reeves and Frank Hamer and all the long list, Katie Conway, of men and women who gave their lives sometimes and dedicated their lives to making a community safer.
Yeah, there's a whole other side to those stories.
All right,
Very
and that's the story I've chose to write.
Okay.
So your research has separated fact from fiction. So you've got legends like Wyatt Earp. So tell us, how did that affect your work there?
Well, Wyatt Earp has been distorted by history. So I tell a true story of Wyatt Earp. And for example, that led me to discovering his mentor by the name of Bob Paul. Now, Bob Paul I never heard of. And so I looked into Bob Paul, and his impact he had, his 50-year career in law enforcement, makes Wyatt Earp look like a rookie. I mean, it's exciting. And he became Chapter 1 in Law Dogs 2.
Okay. All right. Very interesting there. And so officers call one of your books the Bible of Survival. What makes it so valuable to officers today?
Well, I spent 33 years as a police officer learning and developing tactics that kept me safe. And then I became a trainer by request and trained for another 33 years, actually 40 years. And somewhere along the line, 2017, Caliber Press asked me to do Street Survival 2. I said, okay, I'll do Street Survival 2. And what officers in it are these tactics that not only tell you how to shoot, but how to talk, how to contact people, how to care for people and care for yourself. And so officers have discovered that this book has helped them survive physically, legally, and emotionally, and not just survive their careers, but thrive in their careers. And they're the ones that call it the Bible of Survival, and must read for law enforcement.
Okay.
So also, one thing, I'll ask you about Bass Reeves later on, because isn't he supposed to be like the actual Lone Ranger? Yeah?
Yeah, he's my favorite. And I think I'm most honored to have reintroduced him to the United States. And now he has a statue. There's a series on him because he was forgotten, and he shouldn't have been. He's the best of all of us. That's all there is to it. He's the most, in my opinion, the most honorable, the most courageous, the most indomitable law enforcement that I've ever read about. And I would love to have known him, and in a certain extent I do.
Yeah, you got to know him.
Bass Reeves, I believe, is the Lone Ranger. He always rode with a Native American. He gave out silver coins. He rode a horse that looked white. And they said he was so tough.
Okay.
He could spit on a brick and bust it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very tough guy. All right. So you've got the two books, The Law Dogs here, and then the Survival Guide we were talking about. Are all of these available on Amazon, or how can people find your books?
Amazon.com, type in books by Dan Marcoux, and you'll get them all. And by the way, Law Dogs 2 has a section of lacrosse officers in it
okay,
as well.
just in here for the lacrosse officers. All right, well, thank you so much for being here, sharing your story of these stories with us. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to 15% off sale prices, plus 3-year special financing. Choose from the largest in-stock selection of living room, dining room, and mattresses, plus free in-store design service. It's our best Labor Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 28th annual Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center, September 5, 6, and 7. See over 40 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world. Battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rockin' weekend are at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Days of Shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, live at the La Crosse Center, September 5, 6, and 7. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Attention! Rogan's is changing its name to Shoe Station at Rogan's. And to celebrate, they are stamping all your favorite brands with our lowest price guarantee. Find a lower price and we'll match it. Plus, earn a $10 reward. New Balance has been stamped. Crocs? Stamped. Adidas? Stamped. Everything has been stamped. Your favorite style stamped with the lowest price guarantee. Shoe Station at Rogan's. Same great store with a new name. This is coming off, right?
We've got an important milestone here to celebrate. As you know, our family has been providing other families with affordable flooring for 60 years. Whether it's vinyl, hardwood, laminate, tile, or carpet, we've offered a wide variety of flooring that stands up to the biggest messes.
And we know messes.
Speaking of which, who started in on the cake?
Don't look at me.
Sealand's Carpooling, where #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Hurry, it's the Labor Day patio closeout at Home Seasonal Concepts. Up to 75% off select floor models. When they're gone, they're gone. Seat pads from just $19.99. Patio umbrellas starting at $69.99. Protective covers up to 50% off while supplies last at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Yeah, boy. They run you all over, boy.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Print. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcoming you back with a live look at Galesville Elementary School, where the GET district is heading back to school today. Students will start arriving probably pretty soon for an 8 a.m. start time. It is their first day. This is the last of our local districts to start the new school year, wrapping up back to school season, if you can believe that already. Looks like a nice day out there, but it is a little chilly, so don't forget a jacket. And it is 6:55, time for your morning news now. A manhunt underway this morning for an accused child sex offender. Authorities in Monroe County say Ruben Tirado didn't show up for his trial yesterday. He's been out on a $15,000 cash bond. Authorities say the GPS monitoring device he was wearing was found in a ditch. Tirado reportedly also missed a hearing August 19th. And Quinn St. Junius will spend 20 years in prison, followed by 8 years of extended supervision. St. Junius was found guilty of stabbing Virgil Stewart to death in January 2019.
I don't think he's going to be able to get the jury's findings overturned. I think the jury did a fantastic job. I think we presented everything that we could to them, and they deliberated fully, and they reached a conclusion.
The trial was delayed for multiple years due to the pandemic.
All right, we're starting off the day with a brisk morning. As Alexander said, kids are going to need the jacket. You may need yours as well. Holding on to 70s today in the afternoon, though. We'll have winds gusting up to about 15 miles per hour, so it'll feel a little bit cooler on your skin. More 70s to finish out the week, and increasing temperatures as we go into your long Labor Day weekend.
All right, thank you, Art, and thanks for waking up with us. We will see you back here at noon, where we will have more on the first day of school for GET. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us this morning.